Hello everyone, my name is Gabby, and welcome back to another Dragon Ball Super review. This time we're reviewing episode 42. As celebration for their victory, Bulma holds another party and invites everyone along. Goku still really wants to fight Monaka, but Beerus and Whis don't want the truth about him to be exposed. Both because they don't want to admit that Beerus lied, and because they want to keep using Monaka to motivate Goku for the next tournament. It's a shame Monaka just happens to come to the party, been delivering some goods as part of his job. And with Monaka right there at the party, the ruse gets exposed pretty quickly to everyone but Goku. So when Goku arrives, Beerus demands that they all work together to keep this a secret. Of course, Goku still wants to fight against Monaka, and considering he's right there, the only way to keep the secret going is for Beerus to fight Goku instead, disguised as Monaka. With a combination of everyone's help and Goku's naivete, it ends up working out. Beerus gives Goku a good fight, and the party continues with Goku still believing that Monaka is strong, and getting really excited to get even stronger. The question is how long it'll last. So, what did I like about this episode? Well, first of all, this episode was just absolutely hilarious. I mean, first of all, the whole concept is basically that Beerus is just going out of his comfort zone. Like, he's just going on, has to put on this ruse, put on this fake suit, and have to pretend to be someone else just to keep this whole ruse going of the whole Monaka is actually strong, even though he's actually weak thing. And, Beerus especially is just seeing him in these uncomfortable situations is just really funny because it's Beerus. He's the god of destruction, and he's at least maybe say the second, third most powerful character in the show. He's stronger than Goku and Vegeta. So seeing him just getting really, really annoyed at everything is honestly just really funny. And then there's the other comedic moments, like moment where Piccolo and Vegeta are trying to fix Beerus in the Monaka suit because the Monaka suit is just getting ruined, and they're just like, oh, what are you doing? And then they're just like, I actually don't know. I think maybe Monaka has the ability to control us. Yes, that is definitely what happened. And just the way they delivered that was just hilarious. Also, yeah, to be honest, there was a really big usage of the supporting cast this episode. The whole point is literally everyone is going and trying to keep this masquerade going, and everyone does everything they can to try and make sure it keeps going as long as they can. I mean, you have Chi-Chi buying time, you have Goten and Trunks doing the suggestion for the Monaka costume, you have Chaozu using his psychic powers to try and hold back Goku as much as he can, Krillin using the Taioken to blind him, and then Piccolo and Vegeta trying to step in as well, like I said before. And then after that, you also have Puar shape-shifting into Beerus to try and keep the ruse going. This is a good usage of your supporting cast. They basically used almost the entire cast there. We're all just there doing something, and doing something that was unique to them. You didn't see this in Dragon Ball Z filler. You didn't really see every member of the supporting cast doing something, but here they basically did that, just for one random episode. Also, this episode did a good job at trying to sort of explain in more detail the Monaka twist. I know a lot of people had an issue with this idea of Monaka being weak and just being used there to motivate Goku and Vegeta, because they were saying oh, but Goku and Vegeta are Saiyans, they're going to train regardless, it doesn't matter. And and Beerus and Whis are also stronger and everything like that. So why do they even need Monaka? And that's true, I guess. But then it's there's one thing is having Goku and Vegeta having someone to try and surpass, and Goku and Vegeta wanting to get stronger, but then on the other hand also did you see Goku in this episode? He was almost going crazy, he had this massive hit of sugar or something, just running around just really desperately wanting to fight this Monaka guy. He was flipping out pretty much, he was just really, really, really excited, more excited than usual. And I think that was the intention of this episode, and they're trying to sort of explain the Monaka thing in more detail. It's yeah, sure, Goku and Vegeta would want to train. If without Monaka, they would still want to train, and they still probably would train, but they wouldn't be nearly as crazily excited as, say, Goku was in this episode. Finding out there was someone with sort of the same limitations as him, someone who wasn't a god, but who was also stronger than him. And so I think this did a pretty good job of explaining. As for what I didn't like about this episode, I think it was basically just that this episode made Goku look really, really dumb. And they didn't need to. See, I think for me the difference between a nitpick and legitimate criticism is that legitimate criticism is when there's a problem with the episode, and I feel it feels like the author's intentions, they realized there was a problem and they didn't try to work around it. Because my problem with this is, the whole point is, this entire episode just boils down to the fact that even though it's almost really incredibly obvious to the point that everyone else manages to guess it within 2 seconds, Goku still, by the end of the episode, still doesn't realize that Monaka was actually Beerus in disguise. Even though he looks different, and even though, like, the costume came apart at different points. Okay, you can use excuses, and they do give excuses that, like, Goku's just so used to crazy stuff happening that something just so normal as this, like, just that someone's lying, is almost too normal for him to comprehend. But my problem is, I feel like you could have done this concept of the episode, like that everyone's just trying to keep up the ruse. I feel like you could have done this episode and just not made it as obvious. Like actually made it so that if you realistically you were Goku, you might not have been able to figure it out because everyone was doing such a good job of hiding it. In this episode, the whole point is like they're trying to do a job of hiding it, but they're not very competent at it. Like they screw up every opportunity, but Goku still doesn't realize. It makes Goku look like an idiot, and I just feel like it was a bit just exaggerated a little bit too much for my liking. And then there was the fact that, you know, the Monaka twist got revealed to basically the entire cast bar Goku, and honestly no one really reacts that much. I mean, especially Vegeta. You'd think he'd be really pissed off at this, realizing that all that training he did was essentially just for a lie, but Vegeta seems surprisingly okay about it, which I'm kind of surprised about. You know, I wanted this to backfire on Beerus because him lying to everyone was a really, really stupid thing to do, and a really selfish thing to do. And I guess technically this did backfire on Beerus and that he had to embarrass himself to keep the ruse up. I just would have preferred it if someone actually did kind of call him out for it. So, someone who wasn't Bulma, basically, because Bulma just calls everyone out. That's basically her job. So as for next episode, well, seems like Goku's having some problems. There seem to be some new side effects from using the Kaioken, and there's gonna be some stuff with Baby Pan, which sounds fun. I mean, we basically just got news about what's gonna be the new arc, and it seems like that's not gonna start for another month or so, so it seems like the next few episodes are gonna be kind of a, you could say, a filler arc. Not really a filler arc, but basically just a whole bunch of fun little slice of life episodes, and I think everyone kind of agrees that Super's slice of life is basically one of the best things about the show. So seeing more of it, seeing at least another month of it, is going to be really fun. So that was Dragon Ball Super episode 42. I mean, at least it was entertaining. It was a really entertaining and really funny episode. But at the same time, sometimes I feel like the personalities and just this entire concept in general was just exaggerated a little bit too much for me. I just wish they just toned it down a little, toned down the sort of Goku is dumb, and toned down the sort of this concept is ridiculous, and just to try and make this a bit more grounded, down to earth, realistic. I don't know. It was still a good episode, I guess. I just had some personal issues with it. But either way, before the perhaps potentially divisive new arc is going to start in about a month, we still have a lot more slice of life filler, weird mini arc something episodes, and I'm really excited for those. So this is Gabby, signing out, and I'll see you all next week. Bye guys!